Letter time.
Let's get one.
It goes, first off, I want to start by saying, I know I sound crazy for even writing this, but I need some real advice. I've been in a relationship with this man for almost a year now, and honestly, he's everything I ever prayed for. On paper, he's kind, loyal, supportive, emotionally available, and he truly takes care of me in ways I never knew I needed. He puts me first, he listens, he shows up. He's the type of man that makes you feel safe enough to rest. That's deep. But here's the part that's hard to say out loud.
Okay.
The sex is underwhelming. And when I say that, I'm not just talking about his performance. I mean his equipment. It's not exactly built for greatness, if you catch my drift. Damn it. I've tried to look past it. I've tried to focus on the emotional connection, the security, and the way he loves me. But I'm human, and I miss being sexually satisfied. I feel guilty even admitting this, because I know so many women would love to have what I have, but at the same time, I feel like I'm lying to myself, pretending like physical chemistry doesn't matter when it does. I haven't cheated and I don't plan to, but the temptation is getting real. So my question is, can love survive without sexual compatibility? Do I sacrifice the physical for emotional, or am I setting myself up for long-term frustration? Signed, conflicted but cared for. Jesus. Lamont Christ.
His equipment is not built for greatness.
For greatness.
It should be on a t-shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. He on shrimp time, cuz of
But everything else good.
everything. Hey, my man holds her down in every shape, form, or fashion. Just not in that bedroom. He lacking. But everything else is a go. What do you do? I'm gonna say this, cuz there are way too many options out here now for sexual pleasure. So if my man ain't doing this thing, you might have to bring a toy into the bedroom. That rose is phenomenal. It does work. There are other devices that you can use. Incorporate that. Yo, let my man put that little thing on you. And then when you're ready to get your issue off, hey, tag, you in. Because it's ways around it. Now, I'm not in this woman's shoes, but I just think if that just seems like such a gamble to throw all of those qualities away. The 80-20 rule, that just seemed like such a gamble. Mm-hmm. Now, I know, sex is very important. Sex is very important. Mm-hmm. But I think that there are avenues and there are some things that you can do to where it can become sustainable, to where it can becomes where you can enjoy it and not feel like that you're missing out on something. And I get it. Y'all want to be slutted out. Y'all want to be slutted out. Y'all want to be thrown around, pulled, choked, all of that. But at what cost? At what cost? At what cost? If my man taking care of everything, I would say figure that out, because it ain't too many dudes that's doing all of that. And I don't know how old she is, but it just seemed a bit risky. Yeah, we always talk about how the dating pool got piss in it. Hot dog water. So I don't know if I would be able to run that risk, man. If the shoe was on the other foot, I'm with a woman where the sex is not, but everything else is 5-star, I got to figure that out. We got to figure something out. We have to figure something out, because I don't want to run the risk. I don't want to run the risk of losing you and then ending up with some trash or dealing with something that's a little bit more challenging. It just seemed like a lot, but I understand getting that nut off is very important. I understand. I never want to. Let's be clear. I understand the importance of sex. I just think at a certain age, dog, you got to figure out how to compromise and how to maneuver, man.
All right, I'm putting on my sexologist hat right now.
You wearing your sexologist hat?
Yeah, I'm about to give y'all some G14 classified.
Get to him.
First, health. Okay, let's just be real. Depending on his age,
a lot of size could depend upon the state of health that he's in. So for every 15 to 30 pounds that you lose, you uncover about a half an inch of shaft. Just as an FYI. Don't ask how I know this. Secondly, blood flow. So
wait a minute, because I don't want to just, I don't know, man.
Well, it's a Google.
I know, but let's moonwalk a little bit. Let's move. Let's take a couple steps back.
Yeah.
You said
for every 15 to 30 pounds that you lose,
that a man loses. His penis extends.
Well, not necessarily extends. He uncovers, that fat goes back, and so it's able to extend. Because you got to remember, like all muscles, it's able to. That's why when blood flow happens to it, because that was the second thing that I was going to talk about, is that you got to get his blood flow correctly. So if he's not walking, running, urologist, to your point, he has to have. So if he has good blood flow, he loses that weight, then yeah, he can probably get like an inch, almost a half an inch or an inch more.
Okay.
To help him out.
And it's a game of inches.
Yeah, and it's a game of inches.
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 Let's say it's not just the equipment. Let's move to the second part, eating technique. All right? So when you cannot satisfy, you ain't pumping like you need to pump, then this needs to be masterful.
It needs to be the star of the show.
It needs to be masterful.
It needs to be the star of the show.
You need to start and end with that mouth. Tongue. Make sure that you are utilizing your tongue and you're not going too much on no teeth at all. Just the right amount of pressure when you're applying it to the clitoris, and also know where the G spot is. It's the come here motion. Right there. It's a patch of skin that's on the inside of the vagina that you can stimulate with your tongue. So if you have a long tongue, you should be able to get in there, maybe twist your tongue, keep it there, come all the way down, stimulate the clitoris, also blow into it. That'll get you there as well. Foreplay, kissing around the area, thighs, with lips and tongue, kissing around it. Get the oven preheated. Concentrate on our erogenous zones, nipples, neck, the easy stuff. Books. There are books out there. There are a bunch of different fucking pages you can go to that have shit that will help you with your manhood health. Give him all of these tools that I just gave you. There's just a couple, but give him all of those tools that I just gave you before you tell him that it's over. Before you tell him that, nah, this ain't gonna work. Because I promise you, if you have a good man, that is way rarer to find than good dick. Yeah. Good dick is on every corner.
Yeah.
All right. Sometimes it's on.
That's a bar.
Sometimes it's in every community.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes it's not in every man, but a lot of times this doesn't happen, fellas. And if you hear me well. It doesn't happen with us because pride and ego comes into it. And we don't always do the things that we need to do to take care of ourselves so we can take care of our ladies. And the older we get, sometimes the harder it gets. You have to do your research. You have to take care of yourself. Yeah, maybe you was 350 pounds when you was 20 years old and you could pop like that and it was cool. But when you get older, your arteries get clogged. Your vessels don't work like they need to. You might need to lose weight. You might have to get in the gym. When that testosterone gets stimulated, that helps with everything because testosterone is a hormone. Remember that. But the biggest thing is knowing what you're doing, knowing your woman's body. And young lady, if you are willing to teach and he is willing to learn, then stick by it. Last thing, to Cuzzo's point, toys in the bed, for sure. If you got to bring a dildo, tell him don't get offended. Bring a dildo so you can get your penetration how you need to get your penetration. Make sure that he's good on the oral tip. Teach him how to eat you like you need to be eaten. Teach him how to use his tongue. And then to Cuzzo's point, once you get to where you about to pop, let him get in and get his. Also, there is a tool that will help you. Go to your local sex shop. We got one in Hustler. It's a little vibrating tool. The only problem is where it's great with a condom, doesn't work great on your regular skin, but it vibrates at your shaft. So you become a vibrator. Don't ask me how I know, I just know. But if you use that, that will get you there also where you need to be.
You a nasty nigga, man.
What happened?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing at
I
all.
thought we was giving advice to the
We
people.
did. That's what we did. That's what we did. Well
I
done.
was trying
Yeah.
to get my man, because again, I don't want to see you tell dude that it's over and that it's done, and then some other lady takes the time. And ladies, oh shit, let's keep it real. You're gonna have to teach a couple niggas, okay?
Yeah.
If you got a
Yeah.
good nigga, you have to teach a couple
Yeah.
niggas.
Yeah.
All right?
Some assembly may be required.
Some assembly may be required, and
Yeah.
it may be required on different fronts. You may have to get a nigga a new shirt. You may have to tell him them wide leg jeans ain't it no more, baby.
Yeah.
You may have to you may have to get him to a better barber.
Yeah.
These things
Yeah, buy
may
some
have
shoes.
to happen. Like, I know you want him ready made. I know you want him to come flying fresh and have all of this toolage ready to go and give it to you. He may not.
Yeah. And see, that's the era that we in.
That's
though.
the era that we in.
That's
the era that we in.
We want the person to come already made.
And that's hard.
Nah, sometimes you have to
Because to come already made,
together.
I have to have the experience.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't get the reps,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. 100%.
Melo became a scorer because he could put up shots, baby.
100%.
More so than anything, sir, for all, this for men and women, wherever you lack, you need to pick up somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say that again. Wherever you lack, you need to pick up somewhere else.
1000%.
You cannot walk into any type of situationship, relationship, or whatever and lack something and then think that you ain't got to be outstanding in something else. Does not work that way. Ladies, some of you may be flat as a pancake back there, but them titties be tittying. You better wear everything to accentuate them motherfuckers.
Had them titties out.
Had them titties out. Had them titties out when them titties don't even need to be out. Had them goddamn titties out. Whatever you lack, you gotta pick up the slack somewhere.
Yeah.
So, sir, if you can't beat it up, you gotta eat it up.
For sure. To completion.
To completion.
To
Wherever
completion.
you